Everybody, welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and I want to do a quick show and tell here of my 5-1 tower completion. Now, kind of awesome, badass feature of this game for a lot of people, although for me, it's because I'm dumb. I didn't record this fight. However, this game has a save replay feature, so if you do a stage, you get to save the replay and show it later. So this is me clearing tower 5-1 at level 28, which I believe I can still go back and check what it is, but by the time you are viewing this, the tower will have reset. This is not intended to be a step-by-step guide on how to clear the tower. That isn't what the goal is. What the goal is here is to basically show you, can I see what the levels are on this one? I don't even know. Let's say, I think they were around level 40 something while I was level 28, right? This is meant to show you that you can clear content with good strategies, basically. So if you come down here, you can take a look at recent battles you've done. And if you have some battle you want to save, you can come back here and you can be like, oh, okay, I did one. I think it's the last 20 battles. So, yeah, 20s. And you could save one of your last 20 battles. But once they're saved, they're going to come in here. You can only keep 10 at a time, so it's not permanent, but it could be something really exciting if you want to share with people. So this is what I used. I used 2 silvers, 2 bronze, and a gold to clear 5-1 at level 28. So no SSRs, and it's going to be kind of hard to track turn by turn what's happening as we go through here, but I just wanted to kind of give a demonstration that if you're doing a fight correctly, you could do it with a lot of weird stuff. I covered pretty much these 3 units in a video that you've probably already seen, best silver units, and I actually covered both of these guys in a bronze unit video. I don't know if that's live as of recording this. It might depend on the order, but let's kind of go in and watch this fight, you know? It's, this was a really fun fight. I was gonna do some more, but so if let's take a look if I can pause and look at my units here. I can't. So we can see exactly what I got here, right? I'm using Nightingale, Valerian Scout. I'm called him Valerian. All right, you can't stop me. Outlaw Archer, one of a fucking goat, bro. Fucking goat. The Knighted Guard, more like the Goated Guard. This guy hits like a truck. And the Outlaw Crossbowman. And you're gonna see basically what my strategy here is I'm going to be using like these guys are low level, right? They don't do that much damage, but there's no super boss enemies here that are immune to lots of kinds of damage. So even though this guy will have, I don't know, they'll have thousands, they're level 41, like I said. They have, right, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 4,000 HP is what I'm looking at. And they have like good stats. Like my character's stats are low, 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 low. But we're using percent damage here, right? Piercing attack, 30% damage. Also does attack down as good. We're using skills like Luxite Shrapnel dealing piercing damage, inflicting infection. We have this ability again, doing infection again. The cooldown's the longest thing about it. This guy is probably our most built. He is kind of tanky, but he also just smacks really hard. But I honestly just like him. And then Outlaw Crossbowman also has a 30% damage. So both these characters have an ability, right? Weapon Eroder, 30% damage, and then lowers attack. And then this one is actually even better in a lot of ways, but it does the same thing. It lowers physical defense and magic defense. Not as good for this team setup, but it is still a very good ability. So it's going to be kind of hard. It plays back a little fast, even at 1 time speed. There's no times 0.5, but you'll kind of see what I do here, right? So I think I pass at first to see what they're going to do, and then they do nothing. So these guys start coming down. And then you can see here, round 2, I'm going to start, maybe I pass up here, I don't know. Just kind of guarding, trying to get some aggro. I'm carefully staying out of their range, right? These guys, I'm out of their range, and they don't automatically come forward, right? So, boom, we start getting the damage in. He's actually pretty darn tanky. March Command. Tranquilizer is a really good ability. So this one puts someone to sleep. If we take a look here, we could pause really quick. Tranquilizer. It has a long cooldown, and it's not expensive, but it's a long cooldown. Instant inflicts sleep on a target. Makes this character insanely good. She could basically hard CC someone for 2 turns, and then we can all focus our DPS on one character. Now, it's not going to actually be that insane here because I'm going to be using AoE attacks, but it is something that I thought would be still, like, I'm still using it. I think Nightingale has some healing as well, but he is woken up from his sleep because we hit him with a Molotov, but, you know, that's just life. Now we hit him with both of those, right? So if we look here, let's pause. So if we look here, these guys aren't like killing us in one shot or anything, but can I take a look? Give me a second here. I want to see if I can click. can I click this guy? So if we look here, he is 3 stacks of infection. I think he should have more. We must have missed him with one of those abilities, but he's already almost dead to dots. And this is basically what we're gonna do for the entire fight, right? Can I get this off my screen? The replay system isn't perfect, I'll admit. All right, it's doing better than me though. All right, so you can kind of see exactly what I'm doing, right? I'm taking groups, and like this wasn't the hardest of the tower stages for sure. But I wanted to demonstrate, I was determined to do some of the tower with like a completely free-to-play team. Nightingale is arguable if she's free-to-play. You probably could find a pretty good replacement for her, but she's got healing, she's got CC, she's got 30% damage, and I had a copy of her, so I'm like, all right, she's not an SSR, so we'll use her. And honestly, Knighted Guard is just really good. He's using Global Guard. I think he's strong enough to like lure at least one person, but if you look here, you go in, March... the March command is really good because you can run up, do AoE, and then leave. We just keep guarding. This guy, that's the goated guard. He's really good. Then we get more AoE. Like, we're waiting in between. Like, it's a 3-turn cooldown, so we're letting a lot of turns pass before we get there. And then we're just doing a lot of eroders, right? It's already round 7. You have 15 rounds. There's no rush. Smack him. 1,000 damage. Goated Knight gets it again. And then you just go up. You could even just smack them. Boom, boom. And then all that's left is the really, really big guys here at the end. Again, they're level 41. I'm level 28. These aren't SSR units. And so we kind of just square up. We get ready. We're outside of their range. We're playing defensively. And the only condition is that we don't have 2 characters die. March command, super powerful. Global Guard. And now we're ready to go. You're going to do the shrapnel. Boom. Oh, and he doesn't. I forget. This guy, every time you hit him, I think I almost died to this guy because every time you hit him, he counterattacks with an AoE, and I forgot like he was doing that. But look at that. Look at that damage. He just took 890 from the end of his turn just by having a bunch of infection on him. And then again, like these guys don't deal that much damage. We're doing 30% of that guy's actual damage. So it's 1,300 damage, but really, it's like if she would hit with a normal attack, it would have been dog shit. Knight's Glory, offensive stance. 500 damage. I poked him. Gonna run up, give him the old smackaroo. Boom, boom. And look at that. This guy's actually asleep. So at the end of his turn, he actually takes damage. And it actually was still asleep. I wonder if he takes damage with infection at the end of his turn. It doesn't look like he gets up. You might be able to apply a bunch of infection and then put someone to sleep. So I got to be careful here because if my knight dies, I actually lose. But luckily, I was still able to get through it. I wasn't being that careful. I'm like, why isn't he dying, bro? This guy's not dying. He's fucking invincible. I didn't get enough debuffs on him fast enough. But he doesn't move that far, right? You could do a lot of stuff. And once we get the dots on him again, then we get to kill him with the % damage. So there we go. That was how I cleared that stage with a very, very low level, low power team in general. And of course, this team did not work for all the stages. This was not applicable to every single stage going forward. It's not like it's a broken team. But the idea of this video is to show you to think outside the box, you know, really look at what you're fighting and look at what you have access to. And you can get a lot farther than you think. You could get a lot further in the tower. It really becomes a time thing, right? Maybe you don't have time to do it. I understand. But this game is so fucking fun, man. There's so many fun builds and units and abilities. And this is like most of these characters don't have gear on for this fight. Most of them don't even have gear on, I think, for this fight. So keep that in mind. It's not like they're min-maxed to shit. It's purely an ability base because they're all doing % damages and debuffs and stuff like that and staying out of their range. But yeah, anyway, that's all for today's video. Hope this video was helpful to you. Anyway, much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!
Platypus on the rise, watch the views go up. Content king, never down, always showing up. Hitting milestones, the fame never lets up. Click that link.